Hey, I'm David Vandiver, and this is the first episode of Movie Mondays. Okay, first episode, and I'm already gonna break format, but bear with me because I think it's gonna be worth it. Now, before I explain this, let me go ahead and break down this Movie Monday thing. So the first thing I'll do is I will give you a brief synopsis of the movie or show, and then my rating for acting, story, screenplay, cinematography, and music. I'll wrap up by giving you my overall score, and I'll throw in IMDb and the Rotten Tomatoes score as well. Now, as for this week, like I said, I'm breaking format already because I'm not going to be really talking about a movie. In fact, I'm not sure whether you can even call it a show. It's a Quibi. Is that a show? It's a show, right? Quibi's a show. Either way, I'm talking about Most Dangerous Game. Guys, this show is so good. So this is the whole premise. Guy finds out he has a glioblastoma. Glioblastoma? Really bad brain cancer. He only has a few weeks to survive. His wife has a baby on the way. Now he's a real estate developer, and he's super in debt. Him and his wife are struggling to pay the bills, but he gets an offer. Have 5 very wealthy individuals hunt him like an animal for 24 hours. If he makes it through the 24-hour period, he gets to live happily ever after, an extremely wealthy man. But he also earns money for every hour he survives, so even if he doesn't make it through the 24-hour period, he will still leave his wife and kids set for life. Yeah, it's really good. Now they kill it right off the bat with an excellent cast. Liam Hemsworth, Christoph Waltz, and Billy Burke. And other than casting an excellent leading man, we also get another Christoph Waltz bad guy, which is one of the factors that drew me into this show. So with all that being said, it is a really easy choice for me to give this show a 9 out of 10 for acting. Now moving on to story. So the storyline isn't anything super new. In fact, it's based off of a short story from like the 1920s. But the way that they execute it is new and refreshing. The story keeps you on the edge of your seat the entire time. There was never a dull moment. And part of that has to do with the format of Quibi and the subject matter, but the story just captivated you from the first episode. Because of this, again, I have to give this show a 9 out of 10 rating for the story. Another really important part, the screenplay. Because let's be honest, you can have great actors, a great story, and a terrible screenplay can seriously just ruin the whole thing. In fact, I think we have a lot of cases of movies that should, by all accounts, have been great movies, but were terrible because the screenplay was awful. Okay, enough about the screenplay. I know. Screenplay is really important, guys. And again, this show did an excellent job. The dialogue was good and believable. The way that the characters' sentences began and ended were natural. Their responses to other characters or events were great. So for the screenplay, I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10. Moving on to the next category, cinematography. Now, if you're unfamiliar with what I'm talking about when I say cinematography, what I'm looking at is camera angles, how it follows characters, how the composition of shots, maybe how characters are blocking each other, and stuff like that. Now, with shows that feature a lot of action, a lot of camera movement, is really great. And I thought that they did a really good job with this. So with cinematography, with this show, I'm giving it a 7 out of 10. Finally, last category is music. The short intro riff to this show is amazing. It's instantly recognizable, it's short, it's sweet, and it gives you the exact vibe of this show. The music throughout wasn't distracting, it just built the story and it added to the scenarios. So when it comes to music, I'm giving this show an 8 out of 10. So with all that being said, the show is worthwhile to watch, it keeps you on the edge of your seat. It's just a really good show. And so it gets an 8.2 out of 10 stars for me. Yeah, so that's it. First episode of Movie Monday. If you guys like the format, let me know in the comments. Remember, like and subscribe. Thank you guys, and I'll see you next week.